Good afternoon, good morning. As always, a little backwards, especially if you're living in the United States, Canada, somewhere in these continents. And I don't think anyone from India or China is watching because they're probably asleep. So, since nobody's here yet, just go ahead and, well, somebody is here. Hello, welcome. I was just about to light my almost mandatory candle. I hope you're doing well. Are you happy? Life's going the way you hoped it to be or intended it to be. There we go. Smoky. Ganz liebe Grüße retour. So, little kind of warning or a few words ahead to tonight's live talk. It's not intended to step on anyone's toes, to blame anyone, but it might be a little bit on the ranty side for what you might be used from me. So don't worry, I'm not kind of attacking anyone, but it's something that has been going on in my head for a while, and yeah, it needs to get out. And I try to do it as humanely possible. So first, a little story. A dear friend of mine recently posted absolutely cute little video of a family of blue tits interacting with each other. And hi, Justin, good to see you. So yeah, for those of you who don't know that, blue tits are a European songbird. It's not about frozen boobies, so yeah, as the word might intend. So there was this really beyond adorable little video, and it got a lot of, oh, this is so cute, you know, everybody was pretty much a puddle, melted cuteness, sweetness. And I had the same reaction. It really was sweeter than sweet. However, being a biologist, I also saw that it was absolutely fake. And I had to point it out. I mean, I couldn't let it be, but I tried to do it in a way saying, hey, look, this is really touching, it's adorable, but please be aware, it's not real. So, and that's not the only picture or little video I came across that had some cute or amazing animal in it that was totally out of Fantasyland. My friend with the bird video then pointed out that it wasn't about being, kind of a teaching or showing people birds, but it was about the positive vibes, positive feeling, just creating something good in all that drama that's happening on social media, not to mention in the world. And I totally appreciate that. It really, everybody who is making an effort to make other people feel good, especially on social media, even if it's with the aid of a fake animal picture, and yeah, please know that I really appreciate what you do. I mean, posts wishing other people a happy day, and there's a happy looking squirrel just smiling sort of at you. That's not the problem. Even if the squirrel has cat's teeth or 6 fingers or so. I mean, it's about wishing other people a happy day and having something to look at that's not, either boring or revolting or something that people wouldn't like or feel offended. So yeah, the problem starts when fake information is sold as real, as reality. And another little story to that, you might have seen the little cute white peacock I put in the thumbnail, like the starting picture. And it came from another video that, I kid you not, said in the title, "Look at this adorable little baby peacock, isn't nature amazing?" I mean, the biologist in me pretty much went bananas and got rabies. I don't know what, but it was like fingernails and chalkboard. Um, it was so obviously blatantly unreal, but people believed it because they didn't know better. Now, with adults, if somebody else says, "Hey, look, that's not really real," we can sort of handle it. We learn to handle disillusion, or we know that things can seem realer than, or more realistic than they actually are. But imagine there are little children. We love to share cute stuff with children because they really respond well to it. And they see this little baby adorable peacock or another adorable baby animal that's not real. Have you ever seen a newborn bear? It looks weird to say the least. It's this tiny little naked pink hairless something that looks like I don't know, a shaved mouse or something. So, but children, they believe those things. They cannot yet distinguish between fake and real. To be honest, with AI nowadays, it's hard even for adults. But they see that cute little animal and they relate to it. They emotionally react. And then the zoo nearby says, "Hey, we got baby peacocks or baby whatever animals," and the kids want to go see them because they have this cute image in their heads. And mommy and daddy, of course, take their children to the zoo because it's always educational, and they see the baby peacocks, and they're just brown, uneventful, two-legged birds. Not to mention mama isn't looking much prettier either. I mean, I still think it's a beautiful bird, but if you think of a peacock, we imagine these gorgeous blue, green, purple, colorful birds with the big tail. That's only the males. So, like 2/3 of the population don't look like that at all. Oh, okay, Justin saying, wanted to let you know your sound is breaking up quite a bit the last couple of minutes. Okay, frankly, I'm not sure what that could be about. Let me check. I have to refresh my browser. Yeah, I think I had the battery saver still on from this afternoon, so maybe that helps. Maybe I covered the microphone. So my apologies, a little tech break. I was so proud. I finally figured out how to start in time. I think it might be a little better now. I think the microphone was covered like a robot. Now it's better. Okay, awesome. Whichever was the solution, I hope it's okay now. Thanks for letting me know, guys. So where was I? Somewhere. So yeah, let me know if it breaks up again. Then I have to figure out another solution. If it's okay now, could be buffering. Oof. Frankly, I'm not really a techie, although I'm not totally clumsy either. I'll just continue for now and hope it gets better. If not, I might have to restart the whole live talk, which yeah, would require you to pop back in with me, please. All right. Tech break over. So, where was I? In the zoo, baby peacocks, baby cute animals that don't look at all like what children learned in on social media. So hello, more people jumping in. I'm currently having some sound trouble. I hope it's better now. I tried a few things. If everything else fails, I'll have to restart the live talk. So thanks for your patience, and I'll try to do my best here, even if tech is not really my friend at times. So kids see those baby animals that don't look like what they imagined. And maybe you remember from your old childhood. Is there an old child? Like from your childhood, that when you get disappointed, it's really hard as a child. It's already difficult as an adult, but it really hits you in the heart. And sorry, and just lost. I just lost it. Now the tech's working, my brain's gone. All right, let me check my notes here. So yeah, the kids get disappointed, and depending on their age and how they're brought up and how used to disappointment they are, sad to say, it could be even worse than just disappointment. It can make them lose compassion to real fellow living beings, whether that's a plant, an animal, or a human being. Because if they're constantly bombarded with fake, beautiful, cute, fake pictures, they learn to judge things by standards that are far from real. And reality, when they get out there and finally meet it, see that brown little bird that doesn't look much different than a sparrow, just a little bigger, they feel like, why should I even care, right? It's not as cute. So they judge the value by the way it looks. And this is nothing new. I mean, just think of dating sites. That's a perfect example. People try to look better than they might think they are. So we're peacocking. There's even a word for that. Look at that. It's Peacock Day today. So we always have a tendency to make everything, including ourselves, look better than they might appear in reality. That's usually to get what we want, not only animals. KI makes pictures of perfect humans too. Yes, that's it. We get these wrong expectations of or about how things are supposed to be, and it clashes with reality. I'm just getting to that in a minute or two. So we learn the fake, we believe that's real, we meet reality, we get disappointed, and life that might be challenging already looks even drearier. It's kind of constant strengthening of an illusion and constant being disillusioned, and that's painful. So the more pain we meet in reality, the more we want to escape it. That's not just human nature, that's all living beings want to get away from pain and towards pleasure. It's just it's pretty much survival, you know. If you do it the other way around, yeah, you might not live very long. So humans have always loved stories, you know, reading books. When I was young, I read a lot of books because reality was sort of painful for me. In school, I got bullied because I was this tiny little thing that was easy to push around, and even if I tried to push back, it was like, you know, me trying to push away a wall. It's just, you know, a size thing, just physics, but man, it was disappointing and annoying and painful. So I escaped into fantasy worlds. You know, I loved fantasy books, I loved adventure books, I loved Sherlock Holmes and all the other great adventures that you can find between two cardboard um, or between paper pages. Nowadays, it's mostly online. We love watching movies. I love that too. And it's great, you know. Sometimes we really need a break from harshness, and there's nothing wrong with that. It gives us time to relax, to recharge, so we have enough energy to face the world the next day. But if it becomes constant running away from reality, a constant running away from the pain, that's when it becomes unhealthy. I mean, yes, life can appear dull, it can be unpleasant, it can be challenging, it can be painful, and we want to get away from that. And that's always been like that. The difference nowadays compared to like 20, even like only 20, 30 years ago is the scale. With all the, oh, Typhoon says he cannot speak English. Du kannst kein Englisch sprechen. Ich werde morgen voraussichtlich zur gleichen Uhrzeit einen anderen Live-Talk führen, falls du dann reinschauen magst. Okay? Okay. He's missing what I'm saying because, yeah, language barrier. But for German speakers, there will be a live talk tomorrow evening, same time, same place, and hopefully without tech issues. All right. So the scale nowadays, the possibilities we have to run away into things that are more beautiful, more brilliant, more perfect, you know, whether it's a human body, it's animals, it's nature, landscape, life in general. Gern geschehen. Hoffe, ich sehe dich morgen. Just said bye. And if you look around, it's, you know, this beautiful la la land we get into. We have access from our phones, from computers. We can go to library, get DVDs. Don't think anybody still runs VHS, but if you do, that's a way to get out of reality too. Justin says, yeah, apparently there is an imagination gap in the world where people can't imagine themselves in other people's shoes. Yes, that's the part about compassion, feeling with other living beings, people, animals, plants, nature, the world. And the more we get disconnected from that, through that escape into La La Land, the harder it is to come back. You know, if you get home from a hard day at work, family life is maybe not that good, or you don't have family, you don't have anybody, you're lonely. That's a sort of inner pain we have to face. So what do? We watch Netflix, we watch YouTube, we read, do whatever to just soothe that pain for a while. But thing is, eventually we have to get back to reality. And what happens? Reality outside looks even worse than the day before. It's that vicious cycle of trying to get away and having to come back. And what we forget in that whole scenario is that there is beauty in this world, in this reality. There are amazing things. There are people doing great things. There are adventures. I mean, if you don't know where to start, start with yourself. Explore yourself. That's the biggest adventure you can ever get to. But we forget all that because we're trapped and dazzled by all these bright colors, the fast movements, the music with it. It touches us on an emotional level and on a very subconscious level. And when we get back and we face, a grumpy boss, grumpy customers, idiots in traffic, whatever. And then there's the news, war, massacres, natural disasters, people losing their homes, their loved ones. It's just more than it's bearable at times. So we want something that soothes us, that takes away that pain. But unfortunately, running away from it is not going to cure anything. It's not making it better. If all else fails, it makes it worse. And it's no wonder we have so many different kinds of addiction nowadays. It's not just drugs like cocaine or LSD. It's also work. It's sports. It's gaming. I mean, as said, we have a lot at our disposal, and we have a choice. So if once one thing is getting boring, we can choose another thing, and it's like not saying that grapes growing on the trees and you just lie under the tree and everything's falling into your mouth. It's not all milk and honey. But if we are honest with ourselves and get back into reality and start looking for the beauty, the amazingness that's here, that's when we can learn to reconnect with life itself. That's not happening somewhere in the bits and bytes realm. That's happening here, and it's your life. We should stop exchanging our lifetime for fakes that much. As understandable as it is. But, next time maybe you post something just to say hello to your friends and wishing everybody a great day, instead of taking a fake picture of a flower or an animal. Take a real one. There is so much beauty if you have the eyes to see. And the more we look for it, the more it will appear in front of us. Energy follows focus. And for those of you who did the 30 days Sharpen Your Focus challenge, all these pictures that I offered to look at, the flowers, the leaves, the beetles, the bugs, those are all real pictures I took while being on walk somewhere. Look around. Beauty is everywhere. And beauty not only connects us to our hearts, because that deeply touches the divine spark within us. Beauty is the connection to the divine. And if we can see that, we can find the divine within ourselves and in the world. And the more we nourish that, it's like watering a plant. If you don't feed it, you don't give it water, maybe a little fertilizer every now and then, it's gonna die. So instead of running away, running after all that's fake, as easy and addictive especially it is, just look for the other side of reality. And I don't mean you have to start meditating and having outer body experiences to look behind the wheel. No, it's just we live in a world that's dual. There is always a shadow and a light side. So acknowledge that there is darkness, but also acknowledge that there is light. And if you look for the light, the darkness will become much more bearable. The world seems more balanced. I know if you look at the world, if you read the news, I mean, it looks like the world is pretty much going to be done within the next 5 to 10 years. But that's only part of reality. There are a lot of people trying to, do good. People helping each other, supporting each other, caring for animals, caring for nature. Let's connect to that again, instead of running after something that is anything but real, but certainly can appear real. And I think that's the biggest challenge we face nowadays, is with AI being able to create very realistic images. I mean, if a AI generated picture of a lion looks like a real lion, so what? At least you know what a lion is supposed to look like in real life. Count its toes. That's one of the easy things. AI seems to have trouble with the number of fingers in people or the equivalent toes in animals. So if there are 6 or more on one paw, or even if it has like 5 limbs or 6, appreciate whatever the message is, but don't believe everything you see. Go outside. That's where reality is really real. I mean, there are no screens around yet that show you, oh, look, this beautiful landscape, but behind it is like a devastated wasteland because we poisoned the soil or anything. I mean, that's a really bad scenario that I'm painting here, but we still have a chance. It's still not how to say, we can still undo it and change it, choose a different path. And going outside, meeting reality can actually be really healthy. I mean, you get vitamin D from the sun. You move your body. That's good for your health. It's good for your nervous system, for your endocrinal system, your hormones. Eat healthy food, enjoy it. Not buying that fake food. Food is fake even nowadays. Not everywhere, but if you look at all the canned goods, geez, that's more chemicals than anything. So look for reality and the beauty within it, without kind of beautifying or ignoring the dark side that's also there. And that's what life is about, finding that balance. We will have bad days, we will have challenging days, we will also have beautiful days that we can be grateful for, that nourish our heart and soul, and we can use it for rainy days. We remember the sunshine, and that's very, very important. If we replace that real beauty, that real connection with fake expectations, that's when we get in real trouble. That's when we end up having depression, having all kind of disease, because we're so out of balance. At some point our body starts to break down and says no, because the body, our physical body, is always in the here and now, it's always in reality. And if we start tearing it apart by living in whatever land mentally, things can go down the drain. So I encourage you to keep an eye open for the tiny treasures that might come your way, because no matter where you live, whether it's in a city, in the countryside, no matter which continent, there is always beauty in the shadow. with that, I thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your patience. Seems like sound got a little better, with a bit better understandable what I was saying. And I wish you lots of love and light and a happy weekend. Take care, y'all. As always, from me to you.